Hello, today I'm going to show you how to advertise using Facebook and specifically how to boost a post. So the first thing we need to do is post a property on our timeline. We can do that by selecting a property from the property broker site. So here I've found 25 Stirling Crescent, a nice 2-bedder, 1 bath, 1 garage. So you want to copy the URL, Control C, and paste that into the status bar on Facebook, Control V. Here you can see it has brought all the photos across from the property broker's website. All the available photos can be seen here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes this doesn't work, there's a bit of a glitch in Facebook, so you can post a URL and it doesn't bring across any of the photos. If this happens, you need to navigate away from your page, so leave this page, and then navigate back to your page and repost the link, and that should bring all the photos across. It's a bit temperamental around how many photos it brings across to. Sometimes you'll get 2, sometimes you'll get all of them. If you find that it hasn't brought all the photos that you want, you can still upload those images by clicking on the plus sign here, then navigating to where your photos are and double clicking, and as you can see here, it's now uploaded another photo. So there's 5, well, we've got 6 photos now, and these can be all moved around, so we can simply drag and drop in the order we want. So maybe we want the main house followed by the kitchen. We've got 2 of the lounge here, so if you just click that, then that takes that off. You can have up to 5 photos, any more are not allowed. So when it comes to posting a property, I guess there's 2 different ways you can approach it. You can have multiple photos, such as what I've got here. There are some restrictions around this because, as you can see, the photos are square, so they tend to cut off a bit of the photos. So you can also choose to just have 1 photo if you want. So by deselecting these photos, you can see now that it presents it in a more of a landscape format. So there's pros and cons to both ways. You know, this one looks nicer, but you are definitely able to communicate more information by using multiple photos. Which way you choose is up to you. Today I'm going to be using the multiple photo format. So the first thing we need to do is upload a bit of information to the post. So put a bit of information in there. You can also upload comments to all the photos. So there we go. There's the basis of the post. If you were editing this for just 1 photo, so you can see here all these are editable as well, so you can write whatever you want to there. So let's go back and select all the photos we want. Right, and so once we've done that, we can simply publish. So there we have it. It's just been published on our timeline. So this goes out to a proportion of people following you on Facebook. So in order to get it out to a wider audience and those that aren't following you, it is necessary to boost the post. So we can click on this blue button down here, Boost Posts, and that will take us through to the Boost Post window. Here you can see how your boosted post will appear on your desktop newsfeed or on a mobile newsfeed. We're happy with that. The next thing we need to do is create an audience, the people that we are targeting. So I would go to create new audience to start off with. And if it's going to be an audience that you use all the time, then you might, for instance, name one first home buyers. You can choose the location, so you can simply just type in a city, so say Palmerston North. You can choose a radius, so this is how far around Palmerston North you may wish to advertise, so it could be 70 kilometers or it could be 0. You know, we can choose Wanganui, or you can choose to add in as many locations as you want. Say if this was a good investment property, you might want to choose Auckland. The only thing to bear in mind is when you are selecting places like Auckland that you've only got a limited budget, and obviously half of New Zealand lives in Auckland. So for instance, if you had a budget of $20, then half of that would be going into the Auckland market. The next thing we want to do is stipulate the age range, so 18 to 30 is probably pretty good for first time buyers, but we can sort of change that as we see fit. We can select gender, so when it comes to Facebook advertising, I'd probably stick to just targeting women. From the research shows that 70 to 80% of people that look at property online tend to be women, so you may as well target them because you'll get more bang for your buck. We can also choose to add interest groups here, and I tend to stick away from that unless you've got a very niche property. You know, you might have a tennis court on it or something like that, but at this stage you just want to try and keep your audience open. And a lot of times when you do post these properties, they get shared by people who, you know, aren't looking for property but may know someone who is. They share it with their friends. So once you've done that, you can simply click save, and then we want to scroll down here. Next thing to do is determine a budget, and so that can be anything. You can just type in what you want. Once you start doing this a few more times, you'll get an understanding of the type of engagement you get for the money that you spend. So for instance, let's spend $20, and this kind of gives you an estimate of how many people you're going to reach for that money. And you have to choose the duration. So say we have a 3-week campaign, maybe we want to just do it for the first 7 days, or you can choose any date you want to run it to. If you do have a long period though and not a lot of money, you have to realize that you'll only be spending a small amount of money each day, so you'll be only targeting a very small amount of people. It's probably better to spend a large budget in the first part of the campaign. Then you have to pay for your advertising, so you can simply just click here to insert your credit card details. Obviously I'm not going to do that now, but you can put in your own payment details and it'll come straight out of your bank account. When it comes to settling this, if you just put in a reimbursement form or mark it on the settlement form, you should be able to be reimbursed from accounts. And if you have any more questions around that, just please ask the accounts department. So once your details in, then you push continue. I'll just cancel out. And then you've got all that in, and then you simply push boost, and then that'll boost your post. So that's the basics of boosting a post. It does yield some good results, and it's great for the property promotion, and it's also really good for agent promotion. So I would highly recommend it.